awuqale ngiyabuza ngikuxolele na oh uyiqale ngiyabuza ngikuxolele na oh don't uxolisa njalo ngikuxolele na oh awuxolisa njalo ngikuxolele na awela amafutha komane ngikuxolele na oh amafutha komane ngikuxolele na awela uyidale ngiyabuza uma wenze wenze iphutha elifana nale ngikuxolele na ngenze njalo uyidale ngiyabuza uma wenze iphutha elifana nale ngikuxolele na ngenze njalo uyidale ngiyabuza uma wenze iphutha elifana nale ngikuxolele na ngenze njalo ngikuxolele na oh uyidala ngiyabuza uma wenze iphutha elifana nale ngikuxolele na ngenze njalo uyidala ngiyabuza uma wenze iphutha elifana nale ngikuxolele na ngenze njalo
Our hair is African, it's natural, it defines who we are. We're proudly South African.
We need to have our own natural hair.
Like myself, I like big hair, but now I'm being interrupted by the stadium on top. You see, actually, if it was not for this, I'll be having afro or I'll be having dreadlocks. Now, if I was a woman and with this, obviously I'll put on a weave just to cover this. But that doesn't mean the weave is wrong or the weave is right. It's got a purpose, in ladies or in men. And we also have weaves in white. But that doesn't make you a wrong person doing the wrong thing or the wrong person doing the wrong culture. That's basically what is happening is the weave serves a certain purpose. It doesn't mean you are wrong or you are right practicing the wrong culture.
This issue of Sotho, of Zulu, Tswana, these are selfish made tribes, clan names. We are one people who were created by the Creator.
Watch Sankofa every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. and on Sundays at 11 a.m. on Starset Channel 500 on Galaxy Universal Network. Join Joshua Maponga as he takes the unconventional approach to issues of African reform and indigenous knowledge systems. Follow us on all social media platforms. Don't miss it.
Feel the heat.
I love Adam Selman.
The girls are really thin. I think it looks very glamorous from the outside.
The life of a model in New York City.
There is such cool prints. So many.
You know what? I'm buying this.
Look at me and all the selfie sort of thing. Honestly, I didn't really know that was actually a job. It just didn't occur to me.
Congratulations. Feel the excitement. Feel the heat with Starset.
China is saying that the latest outbreak is under control.
Feel the heat.
The cabinet has decided to ease restrictions on certain other economic activities.
I don't want to be a white person who sits by and does nothing, so that's why I'm here today.
Feel the excitement.
We are here to unite, because what we are fighting for is to stop institutional racism.
Feel the heat with Starset. Feel the heat.
You said you love me. I do.
You sure?
Yeah.
Leave Brown's money. Oh, no, you don't. Get out of my way. Get out.
That is an abomination.
All the love you promised me.
Do you have a boyfriend? Yeah?
Feel the excitement.
You don't know how I've been longing for this.
Feel the heat with Starset.
Tech Talk brought to you by Tamani Technologies and Systems. Tamani Technologies and Systems takes leadership in fourth industrial revolution. The whole world is facing a transformation. The revolution will be developed into the following stages: digitization, cyber security, Internet of Things, managed services, document management, and business applications. We provide business transformation and ICT solutions with presence in 13 African countries and 2 European countries. We are your leading partner in integrated platform providers, innovation leaders, standalone products, and innovation pace setters. Tamani Technologies and Systems, delivering value across
Good evening, Riperile. Welcome to our hair-raising show. This is Vanishing Cultures. This is the show that dares to explore our ever-changing African cultures in modern-day society.
Wanawatiko?
Yes.
How you doing, Wanawatiko?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great. Yeah, ungatiteki sibuyile futhi. Uzohlala usibona igama lami uSiphiwe kaMtshali sanamukela ku Vanishing Cultures. Ngithi sasho ukuthi ningatiteki guys, every Thursday at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock so besinani like high. Last week we had a great topic lapho sikhuluma khona ngokuthi is it vulgar to be a gay man in African society? Hey.
There were lots of views on that.
There were lots of views on that. And I mean, guys, I'm glad that you guys have stuck with us. This is our 3rd episode. And this show is about you guys. Tell us how you feel. And it's something that Charmaine disturbed me on when she started. She said something about hair raising.
Definitely hair raising. I mean, today we are tackling a very bold statement. No pun intended.
Wait, young gosh. Okay, hold on. So first, you talk about hair, and now you talk about being bald.
Yes.
So where am I supposed to be on this? Clearly, I'm funegila.
No, we are funega because we want it from every angle. Okay, so today our bold statement is, we're talking about African hair,
yes.
by the way.
Yes.
So we want you to be bold. We encourage you to please write into us. We want to hear your views. We want to hear your insights. Engage us on your thoughts. We've got a beautiful panel of guests here that are going to help us dissect this matter further.
And before we introduce to our guest, I want you guys there at home to be able to send us your pictures. Like, show us the craziest style you've ever done, or whatever style on us or So please don't be afraid. We're going live right now. Please do that for me. Send it on Galaxy 19 or galaxyun.tv. Send it. Sanbonani, welcome to the show. We've got
Mrs. Ayanda Borotho, very beautiful lady. I think she's rocking the Afro thing, looks gorgeous. We welcome you to our show.
Yeah, Boga, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And I see you've done, oh my God, where do I start? You're an actress, you're an activist, you're a mom, and also, interestingly enough, beautiful, you're an author.
Yeah.
Where do you get the time? I mean, tell us a bit about that.
I have to make the time. I think anything that has to do with ministry and anything that you're passionate about, you have to make the time. I learned a very important lesson when Chadwick passed away, that one of his favorite quotes was that we must not rush ourselves, but we must, be able to do the things that we want to do in this lifetime. So I have to make the time because in this lifetime that I think that I believe I'm sent to do as a vessel of.
Absolutely. I mean, it's quite beautiful to see you from acting, narrating other people's stories, and now you are telling your own stories, using your own voice, using your own power, using your own creativity. I mean, how is it to be on the other side of the fence?
It's different. I mean, it's different because what I was writing about in the book really had to do more with my ministry than it did with the arts industry. Okay. So it wasn't necessarily like a script process writing, right? So it was very different. It was a divine book, is what I call it. It was for such a time as this. Ubaba was talking about a feminist ekhaya. I'm not a feminist, but I believe in feminist views, but I think more importantly, I believe that we are divine feminine before we are feminist, because I don't want to be defined by patriarchy. I don't want to be defined by the existence of patriarchy, but I think for me, the book was really about unpacking my journey around how patriarchy shows up in our everyday life, in culture, in tradition, in the church, in religion, in institutions, in everyday life, in our families, in how we raise our children, in how we've been raised. And that is what it was about. It was really about decoding what patriarchy is, and then taking it back to the African context, because a lot of people like to say that culture is oppressive. Yes. And it isn't. Yes. It wasn't. Oppression esibona namhlanje into eqhamuke necolonization. So even when we talk about things like sexualizing our women, those are very Western ideas, colonized ideas. We were not colonized, and our men would not colonize us because, I mean, not sexualize us because umuntu wesifazane wayehlonishwa and babengasibuki ngalelo lihlo lelo lokuthi ngibheka isinqe or ngibheka ukuthi in fact wawukhuzwa kwakuyinto wrong ngalendlela lokuthi njengoba nje o-GBV sebebhebhetheke kanjena umuntu wesilisa weshaya umuntu wesifazane noma urape ingane wayedungiswa ahambe wafanele ahambe endaweni wayexoshwa. There were serious consequences because women were really respected. So for me it was about really making our children understand ukuthi there's beauty in our Africanness and in being an African woman, the assets that African women are.
I'm glad because today we are taking on a topic that will require that intellectual mind of yours, because we are dissecting our hair as it relates to us Africans, what it means to be African and the history behind our hair. Remember that for many Africans it is a story that narrates a part of who they are. The way we wear our hair tells a story about what we want to tell. So we want to go back to our roots and encourage other people out there to say, look, you need to stand up for something like your hair. It might seem trivial, but we start with the small things and we go deep. Sure. It's intertwined with our struggles, it's intertwined with our successes. And basically the topic we're taking on today is that I am more than my hair.
Yes.
Or my hair is all that I am, depending how you look at it.
Self-love, man, self-love.
Yeah.
Wow, what a mouthful. Thank you so much. We also have SELLO RAMOLAHLOANE.
Yeah. For now.
Vanishing Cultures. As about this man will take me a whole day. This man is an actor, a scriptwriter, a director. He was born in the East Rand. When's the evening? Like I'm telling you, this is the whole show. I mean, no sebenza nabo Paul Grootboom is done. I'm a stage plays like abo cheese. Abo Fense Mutusi Khawkhelo Shabalalo sebenza nabo Zwelisbia. He's been in the UK, Portugal, Austria, Holland. Yo. We are generations. We are both, like what haven't you done?
I haven't lived yet. That's the problem. I haven't lived yet.
What does that mean? You haven't lived yet?
Yeah, it's pure. You know, I have a question. What is the purpose of life? Because it's over anyway. Are we living to go and die, or we living to survive? I don't know. But I don't think in Pilile yet. Meeting Pilile is the day maybe I'll see my last born daughter as survive as Sabenzela, and then when she can provide for herself, then I'll say I have lived. Yeah, maybe.
Talking about your daughter, like you know, I don't understand how, especially in Ganze, talking from a parent's perspective, how because we have to take them to these schools because of the evolution in life has changed now. But somehow how do we let people talk to our kids like that about their hair? What do we say to our child afro or braids or whatever it is? What do we say first? I think that's where it boils down to, you know.
I think we need to build their self-esteem first. You know, tell your kids that you love them, irrespective of how they look. Now, my wife always asks me, why I have to confirm and she'll ask me, am I right to go to work? I say, babes. I think I must cut my hair bald, babes. You know, I want to do, babes, you are beautiful.
Yes.
Whatever you do, I'll support you.
Yes.
You know, I'm behind you. Whether you decide to tattoo something on your head, on your face, I'll support you at the end of the day. So this is what I do to my daughter and my son. I always tell them, you are beautiful. No, let no one tell you otherwise. And this from me as a father, I say to them, look, even somebody doesn't love you or tell you your hair is what, or your lips are what, or you are fat, or you are obese or what, know that daddy loves you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what is important. And whatever happens to you, you and your brother, you have each other in this world, no one else.
Wow.
So you need to love each other. Whether you meet people in your life, you have one, you have brother, you have a sister to survive. No one else, not even your cousins, not even anyone. You have each other in this world. So you need to love. And luckily, the other one is a male, the other one is a female.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they will complement each other, you know, as they grow up. So in the it's another thing. I can tell you now, Mina, I use the cheese cup. It's very important. I mean, how old am I, if I have to ask now?
Would like to know.
Yeah, I would like you to tell me. Take a wild guess, Shabi.
I would say,
Don't worry, I won't be offended.
I see how she's trying to say.
I think you're 40.
Yeah.
Let's help Shami.
Let's say 45. 45.
Not too young, too old.
Okay.
Right? But my head tells you something else. If you look at me, actually, you think I'm 50, 55. Right? And what does that?
The hair.
The hair.
It starts here.
Yes.
The hair, it's grey. You're somebody when he gets in here will say, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And yet I'm just what, 43?
Wow. Okay.
But somebody would say I'm cool, looking at
the hair.
At the hair. So now, when you say Mkulu, why do you say Mkulu? Who is Mkulu? White hair, it was always in an African culture, it's identified with wisdom
and age.
And age, and
Yes.
you understand? You understand? So, and then you ask yourself, at 43, why do I have this? Then it tells you, where do I come from?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It tells you, because I didn't have this mama's baby's life.
Yes.
I from a very early age, I had to fend for myself.
Yes.
You know, I had to fend for myself. I have to look after my cousins. I remember when they had kids, I didn't even have a child. I raised their kids.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, I used to work because I was responsible at a very young age. So when I started becoming grey, I was not surprised. Because that thing, I would, okay. No, it comes with all the responsibilities I had as a child.
Well, it's funny. Can I just add to
Absolutely.
that? Because I wanted to talk about the self-love thing that Uspiro mentioned, but then I want to add to what you're saying because there's parallels with what you're talking about around wisdom and responsibility. We are taught, or we are told, ukuthi ngesintu ingane yomfana yayinikwa inkomo mangabe when he came to a certain age wayinikwa inkomo eyodwa ekhaya yokuthi this is your cow, you must look after this cow. But what that meant is saying your rite of passage into manhood is responsibility, right? So mawunikwa inkomo wawunikwa lenkomo le ubusu uyayinakekela lenkomo, right? You look after this cow, and then ekhaya baphinde bakunike enye inkomo. Ziloku zikhula inkomo zakho, zokuzanda inkomo zakho. Ezizanda inkomo zakho, lesisisho lesisithi ubuhle bendoda inkomo zakho. It has nothing to do with ukuthi inkomo ilezi ayisuke lobole ngazo. Ngoba thina siyacabanga ukuthi ukhulunywa ngokuthi ubuhle bakhe unkosikazi wakhe. No, ukhulunywa ubuhle bakhe inkomo zakhe, because inkomo zakhe equals to the value of responsibility that he has or that he is showing. Which means the more cows you have, the more responsible you are. So mina mangumuntu wesifazana noma ngiyintombi ngangithi mangibuka inkomo zakho ngithi this one is a responsible one. I want that one.
Okay.
Yabo. So ngifuna uku-add kuleyo nto ukuthi the parallels of wisdom ehambelana ne-responsibility ukuthi umuntu wesilisa i-virtue yakhe kwakuyi-responsibility towards his family and those he was meant to look after.
Absolutely. So I just I'm glad that you're mentioning that. Do you think Uguti, as parents, we are instilling it correctly, you know, to kind of like put into context Uguti, let me say Sugapi, first of all.
Yes.
And most importantly, I know that you're parents, you've got kids that go to school. Do you think that we are doing enough as parents in the schools to advocate that actually we are proudly Africans, this is how we wear our hair, and this is why we wear our hair, because you instill a message to children at home. They go to school, they're taught actually this is not the right way to look. Actually, they're taught sometimes it's even mundane not to have your hair in dreadlocks at schools. Do you think that we are doing enough as parents to kind of
No, we're not. And I think
teach
those
values?
I think that's obvious. It's obvious that we're not. It's obvious when you look at our children ukuthi we're not. But asiqale la apha ama parents. Bapha abazali. Because abazali abekho. Who's raising our children? It's the institutions that are raising our children, not parents. And fanele sibhekane nalelo qiniso sabantu abamnyama ukuthi abazali abasekho. ukuba umzali njengamanje is to go and play with other kids. Ihluphile iCovid ngoba manje besofanele udlale nezakho. Go and play with other kids. Yabo abazali abasekho and indaba yokuba umzali asisayithathi serious. I understand the responsibility of guardianship over another human because lezi ngane akuzona zethu siyibolekiwe kodwa sinikwe responsibility over them ukuthi sikhulise ngendlela ethize. So ngifuna ukubuyela kuleka self love atikhulunywa Siphiwe ngibuyela kuyona ngobani ngoba is self love ave kukhulu ukukhuluma ngayo in this day and age. We sometimes throw around this term ya self love as if it's easy to unpack or explain. It's not easy to explain and unpack because what do you say to a child when you say what's important is self love? Uthini enganeni eshonelwa abazali because they were HIV positive. I'm an orphan. Anginazi icathulo zokesikoleni ngina 8 years but ngikhulisa ingane ena 5 nena 4 ngihlala in a shack ukudla engikudlayo the only meal I ever have access to is the meal I have at school. What do you say self love is? And actually the truth is that self-love is parents.
Yes.
We can't teach self-esteem and confidence and self-love without the parents. So in today's world, the dynamics have become so different because one, abazali abafuna ukuparent. It's difficult to parent because there's so many things working against us. There's social media, there's peer pressure, there's the institutions that we are scared to fight. And then of course, saba nabelungu ke phezu kwalokho. So bese iyahluphaka ke leyo nto. Sisaba belungu sifuna ukuba ibona siyajaha siyascontradict wethina sikwazi asizazi ukuthi soba so yini kahle kahle soyifundisa ingane.
You see, now I want now go to what you said earlier, the system, colonization. Now we are fighting a system here. School is a system. That's why now I feel like I think I must teach my kids how to make money than to go to school. No, so that they can survive. Because of school doesn't guarantee you a job, especially with what is happening in nepotism and all this. You go to school and study and have your masters, and your boss doesn't even have a degree. Do you think they will hire you? They won't. Understand? Now at school, like she says, it's a system. Now we are fighting a system. For instance, we were talking when we were outside. Intelligence is judged by how well you speak English. Then you are smart and intelligent. You see, now when my child meet those kids that twang, even if you take them to Kasi school, they will try to twang. My name is I'm from where. That's what will happen because of this is how, and it happens where at school because for 8 hours we are not there. It's worse with us artists. We wake up at 4. We are not at home. We come back at 10 at night. You don't see them in the morning. You don't see them at night for 5 days. You only see them sometimes on weekends.
And
by the time you want to teach them, it's late.
I'm glad you're bringing that up because definitely in schools, you take your schools to equip them with knowledge and yes, and education. But where education fails, sometimes it doesn't teach them how to be human beings. You know, how to make that decisive between right or wrong, how to know what is saying and what value am I adding? You know, you're speaking English through the nose, but how can you quantify that with the skills that you have? And I think that, like we said, it starts with self-love. It starts with recognizing what message am I portraying and being proud of it. And another fact that I love, Mrs. Borotho, that you mentioned, is this leaving the parenting to somebody else. I like to call it absent parenting because we rely on social media. We rely on peers to teach our kids what to do as well. And also as parents, I think we're quite unsure as to what is right and what is wrong. But I think when you come back to our Africanism and our Africanness, then we'll remember, because remember, these were stories that we told, and they were valuable lessons, but they were not enforced. They were taught so beautifully, but they would stay.
Guys, we're going to come back here. But I
want to say to Charmaine, those stories, who's telling us those stories? I'm still against. I just went to university in 2015 to go study for drama. And then first day when I get there, they teaching me that theater started at Greece. I say no, it started in Africa. What is theater? They say it's when there's a spectator and a performer. Don't speak about directors and all that. No. They're talking about performer and a spectator. That's theater. Ritual it's theatre, it's performance. Umkhulu makaqala phahla laphayana. We as a family, we are spectators.
Yes.
And then Umkhulu is a performer. You know, so now
Ukuthakazela
is a performance. Inauguration is a performance. Yes. Now what's happening is we don't have people who are writing about our stuff so that we can read about them. Now the colonizers, they have written all their stuff and now they are teaching their stuff to us. You must remember, Tina, it was a baton that was given to you. If Ugogo was a storyteller or Umkhulu was giving it to me, and I will take that and become a storyteller within the village and I will give it to my child.
Yes.
We were not writing, but they were clever, they were writing.
Absolutely.
Talk about things.
Braselo, I have to go to a break. I have to go to a break.
Dr. Sello really has a lot to say.
To add to what Braselo is saying.
Oh my God.
You can go to a break, when we come back, I have to add to what you're saying, but I'll bring it back to the hair.
Please.
Right, thank you.
To the hair.
Guys, the Vanishing Cultures here, this is what happens. The kuluma ngezinto ensabuku kuluma, oh mani kuluma, ni ifihle ni fanga phansi kwetafula. We've brought people who are not scared to tell you the truth. Please, Yabuya, ungalinge, don't touch that dial. Wow.
Wow.
I'm proud of being an African woman, and with my hair, even if it's like I love curly hair, as our hair is curly. So for me as a black woman, I'm proud of it. I don't have any. Just be proud of yourself.
Thanda zi-natural zikanje, and then angithandi ukufaka ama-weave because ngifuna ukuthi ngibonakale ngi-natural, ngibonakale ubuhle bami, like ngimuhle nje ngoba nje ndizifakile ndibukeka ngimuhle.
Hello. Being a legal practitioner in South Africa in these challenging times demands lawyers that will help clients beyond legal issues. The ever-changing demands in commerce and tourism require lawyers who have sound and clear business and commercial knowledge, and that's where MTSHALI Incorporated comes in. Our business, mining, tourism, health, labor, and economic knowledge encapsulated with law and litigation experience gives us an advantage in the legal sphere. Our experience in assisting businesses, government, and various industries with their needs puts us amongst the many progressive and striving law firms in South Africa. Now, to contact our attorneys for assistance with any of the mentioned fields and others, please call us on 012-341-4187 or send us an email on admin@chabangu.co.za. MTSHALI Incorporated, where problems meet solutions.
Welcome back to Vanishing Cultures. We continue on with this very exciting topic. We're talking about hair, obviously not excluding everything that is African within this topic. Our fact find for today. It has been known that black hair has got historical connections to African people. Basically, as early as the 15th century, black people would indicate their marital status or the stage that they're at in their lives by the way they wear their hair. Wearing dreadlocks, for example, a young woman would wear her dreadlocks covering her front, this is the western part of Namibia, as a sign that she is in puberty. Whereas a woman who's still looking for marriage would wear her dreadlocks backwards to show that she is looking for a suitable spouse. So there is much to be learned about our black history and our African culture as it pertains to our hair. Excuse me. That's our fact find for today.
Thank you. So, Ushamin, you're ready for marriage, so
Okay, are you available?
You know, who knows? Maybe.
But it's both, there's a front part and the back part.
Oh, also that's confused.
I'm in between, you know? I'm in between.
Okay, right, guys, before we went to the break, Since Ayanda was about to tell us, I was about to rather finish lapho bekugcine khona uBrazil.
So bengikhuluma about the importance of preserving the culture and the history as an African people. We told history orally, and we didn't really write it down or document it. But there is a lot of history that is documented, that is written, that is not out there. Efihliwe or that can't make it to the masses. And I think for me, this is one of the biggest challenges. Going back to the issue eyenzekile with that retailer, Clicks, and basically what happened there, we all know the story. But going back to Leyanto, ngithe mase ngiyibuka ngathi akusizi ukuvala uClicks. Akusizi ukuvala uClicks. Yes, kwesinye isikhathi abanye abantu language abayi-understandayo yokuba aggressive, but akusizi ukuvala uClicks ngoba inkinga yethu kahle kahle ukuthi thina sinabo kwethu. Awukwazi ukutshela ukuthi umuntu endlini yakhe enzini ngani. Bane rights. That is why some companies, very big companies, prefer to pay the penalty price or penalty fee government for not transforming, because they don't want, for not complying with transformation policies of the country. They prefer to pay if fine kunokuthi ba transform as organizations. So kubukhuni ukuforsa abantu ukuthi abakwamkele inkinga yethu sisahlula okwethu asinakho kwethu. This is where now I want to come in around indaba yokuthi we have been failed by leadership. In leadership eyasithatha from 94 to where we are. We've been failed by leadership. Kwafanele kuqalwe la. Ingane kwakufanele zazi amahube esizwe ekoleni, whether ziyathanda or ayithandi. Ingane kwafanele kube imust ukuthi zilazi ulwimi lazo. A must. 2, elababa elikamama. You must master at least one. Kwakufanele kube a must. And kwakufanele ukuthi sakhelwe izikolo zethu. Ngobani? Inkinga ingane zethu siyayithumela kulezi izikole kodwa masikhuluma iqiniso, these schools, the foundation is apartheid values. They are founded on apartheid principles. They are founded on everything that is apartheid and evil. So thina kahle kahle we are invading. We are invading. Ingakho bekwazi ukusitshela ngalendlela abasitshela ngayo. Yes, this is our forefathers' land. But where we have failed as a leadership ukuthi ezethi izikole zikho ingakho ingane zethu bekwazi ukuyitshela ukuthi wena inwele zakho zinjanjani. Let me tell you what the problem is ngabelungu when it comes to indaba zeinwele zethu. When our hair is relaxed, white people are relaxed, and when our hair is nappy, white people are unhappy. It's Paul Mooney who said that. But let me tell you what the real problem is. The real problem is abelungu batshela ukuthi yonke into eyabo ba superior. Konke okuhle kwabo. Aba understand ukuthi indaba bona bengenakho lokho. Ngoba manje thina lento ishoyo ukuthi eNamibia this is how you communicated ukuthi uyintombi noma usuredi ukugana noma kwathina kwaZulu sasikhuluma kanjalo, right? Sasinendlela yokusho ukuthi hayi sengikusiphi isigaba sobufazane bami. Inkinga yabelungu or inkinga ye-West ngeinwele zethu ukuthi we have what they don't have and what they can never have. It's this hair that we can be so diverse and creative with this hair. Which is why when Africans were taken to the US and made slaves, the white wives because white men would be fascinated with black hair. Absolutely. They'd be fascinated with black hair. Bese housewife babagunda inwele noma bathi abafaka amaduku.
I think that's also quite evident obviously in our very diverse cultures that we have, that what it supports your statement of saying that they are fascinated by that. But I think SELLO also wanted to add some words.
Because of ukunda inwele in our culture. It's when maske sazila. So we're not people who babakata miriri. You know. So but yeah, neke batla o ya mo pointing ele Clicks le dinwele. And then it takes us back to the self-love issue. Now, our own kids They go buy Brazilians and what and put them on their heads and want to complain
That's
about
the thing.
kids with
That's
their hair.
yes. Well,
you understand? Then why are you complaining? You are
Yeah.
bleaching. You are doing all these kind of things. You don't. I mean, look how original is this hair.
And it's beautiful.
And it's beautiful.
So I want to know that are you saying that when you wear Brazilian or a Peruvian
Indian,
it doesn't
whatever
quantify
hair.
you as an African
But let me-
person?
let's-
No. You are still an African.
Great.
But remember, sikhuluma self-love, man.
Okay.
Why ungathandi this image? But a human being was made in the image of God. Why ungathandi this image of God that we have? Why do we have to change? Ngimnyama bafowethu. Ngimnyama ngobuso, ngimhlophe ngenhliziyo.
And then I get
kodwa ngimnyama.
Yes.
But I want to talk about the spirituality.
Then it takes us,
This
sorry,
is such
to,
a- this
yes,
is-
to
this is so
interject there.
important.
Sorry, just to interject there. Untate Sello, the image of God, just you add on this point, because I think you will have a lot to add on this, because the image of God, remember, according to how our children are taught, again, is what? A white image of God. We don't have Jesus Christ, who's got dreadlocks.
That's why I tell my kids, God lives within you.
Beautiful.
Guys,
I have
can
to
you say
the
this, please?
Can I
yeah.
have to say the point about the spiritualness of the hair.
Yes.
Ubabsile ukhuluma ukuthi sasingayigundini yona sasingayigundi ngobani because yonke into esemzimbeni yethu kwangafanele siyisuse inesizathu sokuba semzimbeni ingakho sasingahambi ngecathulo sasihamba ngeenyawo phansi ngobani we're connecting with the earth and the universe ngoba siyindalo kwathina we are an extension of creation. But inwele zethu makuthiwa this hair raising issue bakhuluywa ngokuthi inwele ziyaphakama uyayizwa makuthiwa mangena in a room ngizwe ngiphakanyelwa inwele ngobani they are your spiritual antenna.
Yes.
Wow. Guys,
you sense ngeinwele.
Sorry, Eddie.
I can't, I can't.
Manje uma uyigunda uzosenza ngani? Uzosenza ngeweave yendiya. Uzosenza izinto ezise-India.
True, and adding on to that, according to African custom, your hair is sacred. It is elevated. It's the most elevated part on your head.
Parts, guys. Like this is so great, but
yeah.
Okay.
Wow, this is. I can never. Yeah, this is the show.
So I think we're gonna need round 2 for this show.
We're definitely gonna need round 2 for this because. Since Ayanda here, they needed a whole 2 hours here, basically. But please, we need your views as well. But they also send India, India. India zizophakama na. Njengoba manje sifuna uke break in. Let's take a break.
Inwele zami ngithanda the way engakhona umuntu ofaka iweave angeke ngimthathe in a bad way istyle sakhe uyithanda the way akangakhona so angeke ngize ngimjudge.
I don't see anything wrong with our hair because our hair is just natural. It's also kinky. We love our hair.
I think being natural with your hair, for example with mine, I like to grow it out because you have to be proud of it. At the end of the day, we're all black, you know. If we're not proud of our hair, who's going to be proud of it?
China is saying that the latest outbreak is under control.
Feel the heat.
The cabinet has decided to ease restrictions on certain other economic activities.
I don't want to be a white person who sits by and does nothing, so that's why I'm here today.
Feel the excitement.
We are here to unite because what we are fighting for is to stop institutional racism.
Feel the heat with StarSat.
Hello. Being a legal practitioner in South Africa in these challenging times demands lawyers that will help clients beyond legal issues. The ever-changing demands in commerce and tourism require lawyers who have sound and clear business and commercial knowledge. And that's where MTSHALI Incorporated comes in. Our business, mining, tourism, health, labor, and economic knowledge encapsulated with law and litigation experience gives us an advantage in the legal sphere. Our experience in assisting businesses, government, and various industries with their needs puts us amongst the many progressive and striving law firms in South Africa. Now, to contact our attorneys for assistance with any of the mentioned fields and others, please call us on 012-341-4187 or send us an email on admin@chabangu.co.za. MB Chabangu Incorporated, where problems meet solutions.
What a show, Anas Benzagalani. Like, it's crazy. I want to say to Abantu Makaya guys, still send me your craziest hairstyles or the normal hairstyles that you're wearing right now. I want to say thank you to AYANDA, BOROTHO and SELLO, RAMOLAHLOANE guys. That was a mouthful. You guys don't understand. We need more time for this.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we're having a fantastic show and we've got more for you. So please,
starting this side, we've got our guest Prodigal. So, yeah, you know him from Mubango as the player. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Pleasure. DJ Slim. I got DJ Slim. DJ Slim, DJ Yangapa Onzi Yazin. She actually knows more about hair than I do.
Absolutely.
I don't know much.
You don't have much hair. Nobody give you. Welcome.
You can't know what you have.
And we've got Tato Moen, guys. You also know him from a lot of things on television. The last thing that he has done was Ohambo, beautiful movie. Guys, welcome to the show. We're talking about hair. They started us on our studio. I just want to say to you guys, like, I want to ask one question. What happened with Linda Wayenwele, with regards to abantu basitshela the way inwele zethu zisiphi ngakhona as black people, ihleli kanjani?
Especially because you're the younger generation.
Yeah.
We want to know, nifila kanjani? I mean, does it evoke something in you?
Yeah, actually it is. Kuba buhlungu, especially for those ladies engihlanga babona bandla nkosi yami ukhanya uthi inwele zakhona zicala somewhere la. Yeah, they always try so hard to hide their beauty. So sometimes they do wish to go natural, but then guys, let's get busy. So yeah, that's why they end up hiding it under amawiki and different styles. But as for me, I love being kinky. That's me.
I hope you mean kinky by hair.
I don't know if you saw my face.
Oh my word! Yes, it was like the natural kinky. Because natural is different.
Is that where the word kinky comes from?
Yes, because we have kinky natural, or you can even curl it or straighten it. So I prefer the kinky one, the real afro.
Machimbos.
King, I think regards to the topic of what recently happened is that I don't buy it as how they called it, in terms of that they're gonna name our hair a certain way, or the black hair a certain way and the white hair a certain way, and then after we're gonna have debates on social media about that. It's easy for somebody to name it that way because women are not proud of their hair. They're always wearing wigs and everything. Then my question has always been, do I hit my feet when I buy a car?
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that has always been my mentality around the whole topic, to say technology has always been here, if I can make that as an example, in terms of what people always do something to try and enhance themselves. You understand? So it just happened that women fell in love with artificial hair, but then that doesn't have to be any reflection on how they feel about their natural hair. Because if I feel if they didn't love it, then they wouldn't put so many things before they put the weave to actually protect their natural hair. Wow. They could have just cut your scalp and put weave, but they still protect their own hair.
And if you say, and you're right, and you know, if you're saying that, that means they don't love themselves. I could also go to why white people are buying easy. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, they put on our, they want to put on our bums, they want to put on our hips.
Sorry. So what Chris trying to say is that as black people, we're blessed with obviously a voluptuous body. So does it mean that when other people are not voluptuous, for instance, Caucasians, and they go enhance white, does that mean they self-loathe themselves? And also, remember, very importantly, is that in West Namibia, black people used to have hair extensions. So it's nothing new. They use a combination of okra, goat blood, as well as butter to kind of extend their hair and make it beautiful. So it's not something new, contrary to what people think.
Prodigal.
Yes, sir. You're quiet there.
Look, for me, the question is like, why is it a debate in the first place, right? Like, I personally looked at that as bullying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, back in school, you know, you are ugly, this one is beautiful, and then that thing becomes a debate. But that debate should not be had in the first place, because one person is trying to bully the other one. So for me, I look at it as bullying, and you know what I'm saying? Why do you have to bully somebody else's, you know, natural hair? Why?
And it's what you have. It's not like it's something that you chose for yourself. But do you guys understand, though, that Inwele is actually part of our heritage?
Yes.
You know, and I think when we understand that as well, then you're able to go to Tromeng. I think we need to be proud of where we come from.
Yeah, you're right.
And then I'll ask you a question now. Do you think Lawafara Liz's in are they?
Do you think they're selling out?
Are they selling us out? Like,
so basically the question is that by putting these extensions, is it losing our culture?
Yeah.
Is it? No, I don't think so at all. I mean, your culture is who you are. It's not what you put on yourself. You understand? If you're going to have that argument, then it becomes broad. You understand? Am I losing my culture when I do a tattoo? Am I losing my culture when I pierce a certain weight? Am I losing my culture? So it becomes a conversation beyond hair. You understand? It's just that then now, I'm going to put it for males. Sorry, I'm going to put it for males in sense of that they've always wanted entitlement for women. So, and then now they couldn't find anything because now women are starting to now speak for themselves. So they will always try to find a spot where I can go. So at this present moment, then it had to be about hair. And then somebody would post a statement and say that I don't like a woman with weave. I like a woman with natural hair. I was going there. And I like a woman with natural hair. And then the first question becomes, how did this whole thing, what she decides to do with her decision to do with her hair has to do with you, you understand? So because it's patriarchal. You understand? Then men would actually make it about themselves in terms of that. No, I wouldn't date you because you have a weave, and then say, who said I wanted to date you in the first place, guy?
The irony there, Tato, is that these days we've got your metrosexual black men who actually put on weaves. So what happens there in terms of being African? How would you? I put it to all of you.
But now the question becomes that when you enhance, right? Because like hair, like how is it like a part of your culture, right? That when you enhance it, it's like now you're moving away from your culture. Or are there already like set of rules with the Zulu?
To show
you know what I'm saying?
You are a true
to show levels.
I'm more Zulu than you.
You know what I'm saying? To say when you are mofagi weave, you're moving away from a culture and say, are there those set rules already with a Zulu man has to have this kind of
It's true too.
You know what I'm saying? When you fagama straight back now, it's like are there those rules that are set in our culture with the
Which
let's celebrate Africanism and celebrate Ubuntu bethu because it's what we are, it's who we are. But I think like when they were calling on prodigal Mawush, I think it's just people feel it's an inferiority complex who try and impose it on you. But now, what do you say? What would you guys say to somebody who's dealing with that inferiority complex?
Yes.
How would you advise them?
No, I think I would say the first thing to anybody, you understand that we just, and I wrote this actually on social media yesterday, you know, we just souls having a human experience. So who you are is actually has nothing to do, okay, maybe it does, but it really doesn't have to do with what you decide to do on the outer world. But then if you embrace your culture and you embrace yourselves from within and you know who you are and you know what you stand for, understand, then any other external thing that comes is just you and expressing your personality. But then you can never tell me that you can never tell the person that what I decide to do, what my personality tells me to do is somehow defining also my culture. I don't think that's unfair.
Wow.
I don't think that's
So do you think that there's enough space between self-expressive and
also,
running away from
you understand? I mean, mangenzi weave and ngekhaya ngiyophatla. You understand? As opposed to for somebody who I'm gonna come here and say to him, you are not Zulu than I am, and then I'll go home, for example, and I don't do what my culture does. It also defeats the purpose. So it should never be about how I look, but who I am and what I practice on a daily life. If I know where I'm from, I don't need to constantly prove it to you. Every day just to show you who I am. Then that way, you understand? I'm proving a point to you. I'm not living my life. I think that's my argument about it.
Slim.
Your thoughts?
Your thoughts on this. What would you say to someone on a inferiority complex when it comes to inwele?
No, I prefer ukuthi umuntu abe the way abe nguye. Angayi ngokuthi bathini or batothini la yakhona. So alandzele iculture yakhe ngendlela yakhe, and then if kungukuthi uthanza timpo vele ufuna kufaka ema-weave or change dress code, faka ama-tattoo or whatever, akabe njalo nge-lifestyle yakhe, I enjoy it, but still stick to like nabafika ekhaya kuthiwa oh la khaya mawungena ke khunyula iqathulo then just stick to that. Like me, when I'm home, it's a pity my grandmother, she has to see this, but I'm sorry. I don't wear trousers. Yeah, and like no makeups, no artificials. Like Gogo Amvele, she's like natural. Ufuna nje ube nguwe nje, like ugqoka tiketi, akufaka ama vest. You can't even go to the kitchen ufake vest, awupheki, awungene nje kitchen ungathwalanga even ekhanda. Whether uqundile or uqinile, you have to like respect and uthwala idungu. But mangilana, ngiyathala vula mina ngiyapheka ngiyabheka. The way I am.
For me, I can say, you know, define yourself, or otherwise other people are gonna define, you know, are gonna define you, are gonna define what beauty is for you, and a whole lot of that. So that when something like that happens, you're not even bothered. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I know myself. Cool. You guys are just bullies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm cool. Have that fight alone. I've defined myself.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Thank
you, guys.
There's a lokunjana like on Facebook. Uthi Umandla, my hair is mine. I am my hair. Leave me alone. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, to close it, I wrote a funny. I read something very funny. They say women put in weaves because they hate their hair, but they never say men hate their hair because nawa kundisha score. Yeah, they understand. So I found that very interesting also to observe. To say it means then all of us let's just be afros.
Hey, as violent guys, this is shy guys.
I have the same problem.
That's the truth right there.
Look, wanna thank you guys for coming. Me tamtapa na namatamulama had cancer swinene, sutakisile swinene. We value everything that you had to say. We are learning a lot from everybody. Remember, being African is what it means to you. We cannot define that for you. Only you know what African is. So
mina uhlabangana umagayela gaso mantshinga ophuza kwezindizi bawakho emfishane ngundeka umlomo ngithi nisale kahle. Let's see you again next week, same time la ku Vanishing Cultures. Angeke ngisiqede.
my hair has always been my crown. I am 99% a natural girl. Today I have a lot of things to do, so I had to wear a wig because I didn't have the time to prepare my own afro, but I wear afro normally.
If you have a weave and you feel comfortable, wear it. Want your hair purple, red, green, orange, blue, wear it. It's how you feel. You're comfortable in what to